Hello and welcome to the Parent Club Tech Savvy Parents presentation, Technology at Moreau Catholic, A Journey to Excellence. My name is Shauna Martin. I'm the Director of Technology.
And I'm Ann Arriaga, one of the librarians.
And we'll be doing this presentation for you today. We've been on a long journey of technology here at Moreau Catholic High School. I've been with the school for almost 20 years, and I've been as technology coordinator since 1995. And we've seen lots of change here. And one thing we know is that technology always equals change. One of the things that you might note as you look at these images of technology is that every single thing on this page, every image, is an image of outdated technology, some of it more recently outdated than others. But what we like to keep foremost in our mind is what doesn't get outdated, and that's our ability to discriminate, to make decisions based on critical thinking, and to adapt to the relentless pace of change in the environment. The school uses a set of expected school-wide learning results that puts an emphasis on those unchanging qualities that we like to encourage. We use technology as a means to those ends. We've been accused in the technology department of fostering change for the sake of change, and that's not really true, although we do embrace change. And as a school, Moreau Catholic embraces change in a way that I think is in some cases unprecedented for an educational institution. We're very welcoming for change. But if you ask what's driving this change, well, hopefully it's not the multitasking teenager at the wheel. But what is driving this change is our curricular focus. Not learning to use technology, but using technology to learn. We always want to see technology as a tool in service of a student-centered classroom. Students need to learn to take control of and responsibility for their own learning. That, of course, doesn't mean that they don't need their parents and their teachers to guide them, to give them help and direction, and to ease their way along that path. But one of the things that we use technology as a tool for is to help them take control. We use a variety of software tools here at Moreau Catholic, and those include, but are not limited to, PowerSchool as our student information system, Naviance Family Connection, which helps guide students through career and college choices, Google Apps. We are a Google Apps for Education school as of this year, which means that we use the full suite of Google Apps as an integrated part of our daily lives. That would be Gmail, Google Docs, Google Sites, Google Groups, among others. And now we are opening up, as Google is expanding their Google Apps offerings, we're opening up the full capacity of all the Google Apps. In addition, we use a wide variety of Web 2.0 tools, including social networking tools like Twitter and Facebook, RSS feeds, YouTube, all manner of websites that make services available to us on the cloud that we don't have to provide on our own. And then Moodle, as our course management system, is at the heart of most students' everyday experience in the classroom. It's very rare to find a student that doesn't have 2 or 3 teachers who have their course offerings up on Moodle, so that they're actually able to have access to the resources, links, assignments that their teachers want to make available to them on a 24/7 basis, so they don't have to be at school to get that handout that they forgot to put in their backpack when the teacher made the assignment. We, of course, have hardware tools as well And we do use Apple MacBooks here as a one-to-one school. Last year, for the 2009-2010 academic year, we were selected as an Apple Distinguished School because of the way that we modeled the use of the laptops in classrooms to further learning. This is an article that was in the Tri-City Voice last year about our resources and how we were mustering those towards student learning.
So what we're doing here at Moreau regarding technology fits into the Holy Cross philosophy, as stated here by our own Father Moreau. In the 21st century, we must support ubiquitous technological use for student learning and understanding. We must remember, it is not about the technology, but about the learning. It is about the tools that will help us improve learning. The tools that give us the ability to connect, collaborate, and communicate with others around the world. So we're going to take a closer look at how technology is being used at Moreau, and then we'll move into how to manage your technology environment at home. So this is one way technology is being used here at Moreau, through our online databases. We are connecting our students to these rich resources that include video, images, audio, text, and the ability to seamlessly move to related topics from any database page. This is a LibGuide. LibGuides are interactive research guides. With teachers, the librarians create LibGuides for individual classes, general areas of study, and campus activities. The library team sifts through the large amount of information available on a given topic and narrows it down to then add to a LibGuide. Students in our journalism classes are using InDesign software that professional journalists use around the world. This is the Explorer's online website, and this is a student using the InDesign software, which will then create the printed Explorer paper that comes out frequently throughout the school year. This is a student in our robotics engineering class. This course is an introduction to the engineering process of problem solving through the use of robotics. The course involves constructing robots, programming their movements, incorporating input from sensors, all with the goal of performing increasingly complicated tasks thanks to technology. And you can see here several students collaborating around such a project. In our theology classes, students are collaborating around real-life situations. Students are divided into Middle Eastern countries, and they then are given a role within that country. The teacher presents a move. For instance, North Korea fires a long-range missile, and all the Middle Eastern countries have to negotiate to determine what is the best move for both the region and also their own country. So students are forced to negotiate, they must create alliances, and they are collaborating using technology. You can see here in this picture 2 students texting. They also communicate via email, in person, and through other social networking mediums. This is Project Moreau. This is a new effort to help students more deeply understand how STEM disciplines intersect. Our STEM teachers, STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math, have begun collaborating around one overarching project. And that project is the ongoing 238 Corridor Improvement Project happening right outside Moreau's doors. The goal is to help students see how, for example, the formula they just learned in math class is the same one being utilized by the guy in the orange vest as he calculates the roadway slope for proper water drainage. Blogging is another technology that we're using at Moreau. Even the Pope has a blog. Last year, the Vatican created this blog. And blogging helps us communicate, collaborate, and connect with each other. For example, in one of our English classes, juniors are working to develop their own voice by creating individual blogs about topics of interest to them. This is a blog that one of the students has created, and she has decided to talk about cupcakes. This is another one on Little Leagues, and another one on art. And you can see at the bottom that students are able to add links, pictures, and video into their blog. We have compiled all of these student blogs in one central location, and that is a LibGuide. So you can see here that Moreau community members can go to this particular LibGuide and access any of the student blogs. There's also technology tools out there that are more private than blogs. Penzu is one of these technology tools. Penzu allows students to reflect and write, but it is not publicly shared. They can share it with their teacher or whoever they like, but it is not published to the web for everyone to view. Our dance classes and our Chinese classes are using Penzu to thoughtfully reflect in a journal type format with their teacher on specific assignments. Podcasting is another technology tool that we're using at Moreau. And this is a great tool to develop auditory skills and really give auditory learners a powerful outlet to learn. These are two students in our theology class who have created a rap about the history of the church. And we will play a short portion of that.
Beatbox. Hey ladies, it's time to record our CST project. Laura, say something into the microphone. Hi, Mom. John 23, he wrote out the key called Christianity and social progress. All about society becoming complex. Wrote in 1961, he condemned all guns. Peace on earth, this violence was.
So you can see here that what many may consider a dry topic becomes very engaging through a podcasting tool and a creative assignment. In the library, we are also using podcasting to share news and also allow students to develop skills, speaking skills. A group of students comes together every week and creates the library podcast, which we then post on our Facebook page. Wikis are another technology tool that we're using here at Moreau. Wikis are a great collaborative tool. Students no longer have to be sitting next to each other to collaborate. Wikis allow anyone with direct access to edit. So students can be in different locations, miles apart from each other, and still be collaborating around the same assignment and the same project. So what you're seeing here is a wiki that was created for a geometry class, and students were divided into groups, and each group was assigned a different chapter, and they gave video tutorials on that particular chapter, as well as formulas and information that would help others review for the final exam. This is another wiki that was created by a history teacher at Moreau, and this particular wiki is on genocide. Students were divided into groups, and they were assigned a genocide. This assignment used to be a research paper that was individual. The student would hand in the research paper to their teacher. Now, the student actually creates a very interactive research paper with other students. So this Rwandan genocide wiki actually goes much further down, and it becomes very interactive. So there's links, there's videos, there's images, and other students can view it.